fancy dinner where I don't have any idea what I'm eating. But what I really love, 6 times the points. Just eat your points, sweetie. I love you more than all the stars in the sky. And slightly more than all the points I'm earning.
Citi Strata Elite. Rewards where it counts. That's the point.
Ball's grounded up the first baseline and foul. Bases loaded, full count, 2 outs. From an 0-2 count, 3 straight balls from Wehunt. Now runners are moving on the pitch with that situation. It'll either be a strikeout, a walk, ball in play, what have you.
They've made him work 64 pitches here. I mean, he's throwing strikes, but they've really grinded him here through 3 innings.
The payoff. Crushed towards center field. At the track, it is gone. A grand slam for Connor McGinnis. And Somerset jumps into the lead, 6-2.
Really good swing. Stayed inside that ball and just blasted it straight away center.
94-mile-an-hour sinker that was left over the inside half of the plate, middle of the zone. Such a tough pitch for Blake Wehunt. So close to coming away and stranding the bases loaded. When you're a manager in that situation, Wehunt will wrap up this inning eventually, gets back to the dugout or gets back to the bullpen. How do you face that pitcher in that moment and tell him just get your head back in the game?
Well, he's definitely going to be rattled. I mean, look at that first guy tries to bunt on him. He's going to be rattled right here. He's got to just attack the zone again and trust his stuff. I mean, he's possibly fatigued, like I said right before that. I mean, now we're up to 66 pitches and he's gotten 8 outs. You know, you're going to need innings. You can't really go to your bullpen this soon, and you're just going to ask him to keep grinding.
The 0-1, the bunt tried to be laid down. Roenkopf tried to lay down the bunt again, and he's down 0-2. And for Connor McGinnis, that was actually his first home run at the AA level. He started the year in High A Hudson Valley, moved up to Somerset. More recently, has played 21 games in Somerset now, and that was his first home run, just 1 double. So second extra base hit, and what a way to come by it. As that one's lined to center field, Turner sprinting over, and finally the inning comes to an end, but not before Somerset plates 5 and jumps from down 2-1 to up 6-2. We'll take a break on the Sea Dogs Radio Network. Todd, thank you so much for
Each year now we have a contest for our patients that they can design the jersey that's worn by the players this evening.
We do a jersey auction. The proceeds are raised to benefit Children's Hospital, and they have a chance to meet the players who wore the jerseys, get them autographed.
We always talk about not playing for the name on the back, but when you feel like you're really playing for something and you're representing a community, it means a lot.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Now, representing the organization, Jim Leland and AJ Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Turzo, made from several.
And the QR code and download the Bally Sports Live app today.
When the unexpected throws you a curveball, Serve Pro helps you get back in the game. Serving Maine since 1976, we respond faster to any size disaster. When never thought this would happen. Serve Pro's got you. Call 1-800-SERVE-PRO or visit servepro.com. Todd, sticking with me on the broadcast here in the third inning, I'm converting him to a color analyst, putting him on the spot, but there's no one I can think of with more applicable baseball knowledge to this team in the minor leagues than you. So pleasure to have you back on here. Top of the order for the Sea Dogs, Franklin Arias already ahead in the count, 2-0, as Cade Smith continues to just tear through these batters. In a world without the pitch clock, I still think Cade Smith would be moving this fast.
He's really working fast. I tell you, the hitter right here, Franklin Arias, is one of the ones I was most looking forward to seeing. His at-bats, I've watched lots of video, have been very professional. You're going to see this guy in the big leagues someday soon, maybe even as soon as this year, but let's see.
So 3 quick balls and then a strike right at the top of the zone. The fastball, maybe about a ball's length above the 3-1. That one misses inside for ball 4, and the Sea Dogs have a leadoff base runner.
That's a great at bat by Franklin. And I mean, that's your team puts up a 5 spot right there, and you come out and walk the leadoff hitter. That's just like taboo. I mean, it just can't happen. You got to attack the zone right there.
So now Romy Gonzalez, and as someone who is in my first year in the minor leagues, Gonzalez is actually our first position player rehabber that we've had. So what's that process usually like? Someone like Gonzalez, who's been on the 60-day IL, hasn't played at all this season, I think played 1 rehab game down in Florida and is now up here. What's that process look like, bringing a major league rehabber back through?
Well, I mean, as a manager, you're just trying not to get him hurt. You know, he's got an agenda. He's got a, everything that he needs to do before and after the game. You're just trying to get him his at-bats and keep him healthy.
The 1-0 crushed to left field. Back to the wall. Goodbye.
That's pretty healthy.
Romy Gonzalez, a 2-run shot. And the Sea Dogs come right back into that lead. It's 6-4.
Romy kept his hands back right there. It looked like a lazy slider on the plate. You can't do that to a big league hitter.
Gonzalez in the starting lineup today, but has grown something of a reputation for his pinch hit home runs. He's actually led the Red Sox in all of the majors last year with 3 of them. That one, coming off of a ground out, just 1 pitch into his at-bat in the first at-bat. What a way to bounce back. As Nate Baez drives the ball to right field. It'll stay in play, though, for DJ Gladney.
I think he dropped it. We got blocked out, but I think he dropped it.
He did. It looked almost like he tripped over the foul line, though the foul line is painted on the ground.
It's just foul, too. I mean, the umpire had to make a call.
Baez drove a ball out of here earlier that, to me, off the bat, looked like a liner that was going to drop at the warning track and just kept carrying.
Yeah, I think the wind had a little bit of something to do with that. It carried. Back to Romy, the difference between minor leaguers and big leaguers is the big leaguers just make adjustments faster. Yes, he grounded out, but he saw his, a couple pitches in that at bat. And a guy like Romy's just going to make the adjustment.
There's a reason why the Red Sox are eager to have him back up there in the big leagues.
No doubt about it. I mean, they've really missed him. He gives you some versatility, and that quality right-handed bat that they've missed this year, he complements that lineup really well.
Nate Baez down in the count, 1-2 now for Baez. That was his 7th home run of the season. Someone who has been a staple in the lineup all year for the Sea Dogs as he takes strike 3 called on the outside half. Just as I was about to get into the competition in the catcher's position for the Sea Dogs this year. I don't know how closely you've been following, but you have Nate Baez, now Ronald Rosario coming up, who led the team in RBIs last season and is struggling to even get in the lineup this year because you've got guys like Johan Fran Garcia and Brooks Brannon out there that are maybe higher priority guys moving through the system.
It's a good problem to have. I tell you what, it's a premium position, and it's difficult to find an advanced hitter or even a major league average hitter. There's not many of them out there. I mean, the guy in Seattle, the All-Star, Big Dumper, those guys are few and far between. So if you have depth at the catching position, you honestly can't have enough. It's like pitching. So the cream rises to the top. I'm a believer in that. And as long as these guys get their at-bats, that's really the most important thing.
You mentioned earlier that Rosie. You were part of scouting Rosie and bringing him to the organization. What stood out about him and his character in particular is something people in the clubhouse here talk about is he did just strike out for the second time today.
I mean, he's just a good human. He's got good character. He cares about his profession. He cares about his craft. He's a fun guy to be around, Yeah, Rosie's just an all-around solid player. I think he's got the right mentality and makeup to catch. And he definitely has, what it takes to be a big leaguer. But it's, that's a tall task.
Turner leaves the ball outside barely. Will Turner leads all of AA in walks this season. He has 47 of them on the year. His ability to understand the strike zone has been extremely impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, he's really patient, but right there, I mean, that was his A swing. He tried to hit that ball with damage. He tried to hit that ball out of the park. He took a good rip at it, and that's a great combination where you can be patient and take aggressive swings.
That one bounced in the dirt to even up the count at 2-2. So I know you've managed in the minor leagues, played in the minor leagues, scouted for minors and majors, but also have been a college coach and a college player back in the day. What is the difference between coaching college guys and coaching minor leaguers?
Rules. It's the rules, plain and simple. NCAA has a book about 3 inches thick.
And Will Turner spears across the plate, couldn't pull the barrel back for strike 3. Sea Dogs play 2 on the home run from big leaguer Romy Gonzalez. They trail by 2 as we head to the top of the 4th on the.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame can tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Financial need will meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors.
Go, yeah, there we go.
Top of the 4th inning, Somerset leads 6-4. It has been a wild 3rd inning. Somerset had the bases loaded, full count, 2 outs, and Connor McGinnis drove his first AA home run out of the ballpark for a grand slam to clear those bases. Weehunt retired the side just a moment later. Portland bounced back in the bottom half as the first pitch is dealt outside for a ball to Cole Gabrielson at the bottom of the order with a home run from Major League rehabber Romy Gonzalez. But here on the broadcast, I'm joined by someone who is no stranger to this broadcast booth. It's Mike Antonellis, the former voice of the Portland Sea Dogs. Mike, welcome back in. How is it being back here in the booth?
It's always a little strange coming back, especially this year. We're celebrating the 2016, but it's great. It's great to be back here. Oh, I got you this time.
Mike knows all about my troubles this season with foul balls, and I just told him that my reflexes have gotten better. I was ready to put it to the test right there, but that foul ball dropped right in front of us to move the count to 1-2 against Cole Gabrielson. So way back in 2006, where were you at in your career at that point with the Sea Dogs?
I'll let the pitch go down. That's a breaking ball low. I was in my second year here. The first year, we went to the Eastern League Championships series and lost to Akron, and then we beat them the year after. So it was weird losing it, and then the next year, second year, was incredible.
The 2-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. As Blake Wehunt retires, the first batter he faces here in the fourth, and it's back to the top of the order with Jackson Castillo.
But the best part of it, of course, is Chris Cameron and I are really good friends, and we celebrated that, and then to celebrate that with him tonight, and so many people from the front office that are still here.
And I was just talking with Todd. He said 20 years passes in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
How many of these players, these people here to celebrate tonight, has it been the full 20 years since the last time you saw them?
That's a good question. I saw Brandon Moss. He came back here in 2018. I've seen Todd Klaus, but everyone else, it's been 20 years.
The 0-1 drops into the zone with a curveball at 82 for strike 2. Blake Wehunt dealing here early, though. Castillo has given the Sea Dogs trouble this season, has a double and came around to score today. Batted over 450 against Portland overall in the season, the best of any Somerset hitter. Mike, what was your favorite part before the championship run? What was your favorite part of the 2006 season, of being a part of a group that, from what I've heard, had just a great energy all around?
Yeah, resilience. They lost 10 in a row during that season, which is never good, but they won 10 in a row. It was a gritty bunch of guys. It changed as the season went along in terms of personnel, and everyone they seemed to bring in seemed to fit the clubhouse. But it was just the best group, and I've told them that a bunch of times here tonight.
1-2, check swing, runs in on the batter to even up the count.
But it's pretty cool, the whole, I think you learn more about what a championship means 20 years later than in the moment. You think it's just about on the field, but it's something you think about forever. It's pretty cool.
How do you think the city of Portland, how do you remember them coming out to support it as this one's fouled out of play on the left side to keep the count at 2-2?
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we were the top playoff team in terms of attendance. We drew well because it happens in late September, but we still drew well, and it was really great for the city. It hadn't been a Red Sox affiliate that long.
2-2, high and away. From an 0-2 count to a full count, Blake Wehunt has been here before. This is where he was against Connor McGinnis when he drove it out of the park. From what I understand, Portland's always been at the top of the minor leagues in attendance, playoffs or not.
Yeah, I mean, back we were coming off the heels of the Sox winning in 2004. So those years following, I mean, the attendance here was crazy.
Third walk of the day dealt by Blake Wehunt, all of them coming on full counts. And how long were you with the Sea Dogs after that? I know you're with the AAA Worcester right now. Have you always been a Red Sox fan, first of all?
Of course, yeah. I grew up in Massachusetts. And, yeah, to be back home in my home state is incredible. I worked for 2 of the affiliates, so I was here for 15 years. And then Emma, yep.
The 1-0 broken bat grounder to second. Gonzalez flips to second. Spin around throw, not in time to first, though Rosario did scoop it out. An impressive pickoff for a throw that Alcantara hung on to for a bit too long. That's one gone. They got the lead runner, or one gone on the play, second out of the inning. As Garrett Martin stands aboard first on the fielder's choice. Castillo thrown out at second. Was that your favorite Sea Dog season, or is another Sea Dog season stand out?
06 is the one, yeah.
With that, acting manager Kyle Sasela comes out of the dugout, and it looks like that will be the day for Blake Wehunt. Makes it through 4 2/3 back-to-back, or 3 2/3, excuse me, back-to-back outings now pulled before the end of the inning. I'm just going to step aside for a moment. We'll be right back on the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by Verizon.
I love baseball cards.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
The 2-0. Fished it out to short left center. Lara over into the alleyway. Dives! Oh, he's got it! Full extension, and he saves a run.
Look at that, up the middle. Nice play.
Right off the backside of the mound, and Cerna to first. What a play by Jared Cerna. The 2-2. Oliva, a little looper out into short left, and it's a diving catch by Levi Jordan. What a play! He just made a spectacular grab for the first out of the inning.
Guzman kicks and deals, and he got him. A swinging strike 3. The Binghamton Rumble Pony. They capture their 4th Eastern League title with an 8-2 win over the Erie Seawolves.
Everyone will believe you.
Sometimes I think I should say things with more confidence, and then I usually end up being right when I'm guessing.
As it games appeared?
For Caleb Bolden, this is
17th, right?
17th appearance of the season. Team lead is 10 starts. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
With Wehunt.
Yes.
So maybe I shouldn't have said that with confidence. Meanwhile, 0-1 count to Nick Torres, with Garrett Martin standing aboard first base. Sea Dogs infield has their heels on the edge of the outfield grass, slightly pulled over.
So
are you
loving it here or what?
I am loving it here. It's
Where
a
are
lot
you from?
of fun. I'm from New York City.
Oh.
From New York City, but I am the only New York team I love is the New York Knicks.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about at the moment. 0-1, runner goes, throw down to second. Baez it's not collected in time by Gonzalez, who tried to pick it out of the air and then have a very acrobatic spinning tag, but the ball fell out of his glove. So Martin stands aboard second with the stolen base, and it's 0-2 for Torres. But no Yankees fandom over here, so I can stay away from the ire of Red Sox fans on that front. Just a Cubs fan, who I thought of when you mentioned 10 wins and 10 losses in a row, both of which the 2026 Chicago Cubs have done this year.
And there's a lot of Yankee fans in Maine. I don't know if you've encountered that.
I've heard there's, one I know our general manager, Jesse Scaglione, is a huge Yankees fan.
Yep.
And is raising his Mainer daughter to be a Yankees fan.
Oh, really?
As well, yeah. Even though she says lobster like lobster, she still wears her Yankees hat.
And she's not here tonight, right?
I don't believe so. Emma on her way back from New York City as we
She's
speak,
here.
though.
Yeah.
Is she here? She made it back?
She made it back, yep.
Well, I'm happy that all went well for her. I know traveling out of Newark Airport can be scary at times. 2-2, 2 outs, runner on second, the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside half with the sinker. Bolden strains a runner as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Sea Dogs trail by 2 on the Sea.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Went 1 inning, allowed no runs, no hits. That one hit hard in the air to dead center field. Drifting back is Baroa, back to the wall, and it's out of here. Second base, the 1-1 swing and a fly ball to deep right. Back goes Carlson, looking up, it's off the very top of the wall. Cruz will come around third, he will score. That's a home run. And now Morales will get to circle the rest of the bases.
3-1. Swung on and rocked off the glove of the third baseman Guzman. 5th in homers. He swings and a liner deep out to left on the run. 1-2. Krim swings, line drive, right field, base hit. 1-1. Freeman will score. Pride's right behind him. Krim looking for a triple. He's ready and deals. Yeah. Krim swings and drives it. Blaine Krim has hit for the cycle.
MaineQuitLake.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the best value guarantee for new and existing customers. You can lock in a low price for 3 years on mobile and home internet plans only on Verizon. Additional terms apply. See store for details. Bottom of the 4th. No runs came across despite a base runner for Somerset in the top half. Sea Dogs now trying to mount a comeback. They have scored at least 1 run in every inning, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. 2 home runs already as Miguel Blaze takes a ball inside for the first pitch of his at-bat. Cade Smith back on the mound. He has been moving exceptionally quickly. Mike, I'm not sure if I've seen any pitcher move this quickly as Blaze lines it to the hot corner, and it is caught by Gobi Morales.
Yeah, he does work extremely quick. And it's not surprising the Yankees have had good pitching ever since I can remember being in this league. And they'll have some good arms this week.
I heard from Emma that the sweeper is supposedly the Yankees' system pitch. I do know that Cade Smith has been working with the sweeper a lot tonight, though that one was a curveball just now. Have you found that to be the case as well at the AAA level? A lot of Yankees guys throwing sweepers?
Yeah, and a lot of our guys are starting to do that as well.
The ball and a strike to Marvin Alcantara with 1 out.
But with the Yankees, for years, it was just velocity. They had guys everywhere throwing 100.
Alcantara grounded to third. Morales scooped and picked out at first. Off one bounce by Torres. 2 quick outs here in the bottom half.
But the Yankees have stayed pretty consistent in what they've done. They've had one general manager forever, so... And they run things right. You know, I know Red Sox fans don't want to hear that, but they do. I mean, they're a good organization.
Nelly Taylor's got some fans in attendance tonight. Second time he's come up to the plate, take strike 1 there, and the fans are just chanting, Nelly, Nelly, Nelly.
They like the name, right?
The 0-1, grounded foul up the first base side. Nelly Taylor is someone who has just gotten better and better as the season's gone along. He's worked a lot on his timing at the plate, but to put some things in perspective, he has 7 multi-hit games this season. 4 of them have come already in the month of June, and we're only halfway through the month. How often do you see that kind of progression for guys in the minor leagues? In your experience, is there a moment sometimes for a guy where it just clicks?
With the home run, yeah, definitely. I've asked guys that. You know, they're working on trying to become a complete hitter, and the power usually comes last. Because they're trying to do things, you know, hit the ball the other way situationally, and then, yeah, they get bigger, they get stronger.
For Taylor as well, it's been things like that patience at the plate. That one bounced in the dirt in front of the plate as the count moves to 1-2. Super high strikeout numbers early on in the season. Now he's second on the team in walks behind Will Turner. And it speaks, I think, to the job that the Red Sox hitting team, the hitting coaches have done here. All over the Red Sox organization, there's a lot of implementation of analytics, of the driveline baseball. What is your experience with that, you know, here in Portland, but also up in Worcester, of, you know, Red Sox hitting development?
It's changed. I mean, it absolutely has changed.
Taylor puts it into play. Slow roller up the first base side, tossed onto the pitcher Smith. And it is a quick 1-2-3 inning for Cade Smith. He retires the side in order, and Somerset keeps their 2-run lead on to the top of the 5th.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The design for the HVR jersey is inspired from the national flag colors of Bhutan. The saffron represents the monastic division. The yellow represents the monarch. And the dragon is a white dragon, a peaceful dragon.
I think probably the coolest feature though is the druk, which is the dragon and is the national symbol of Bhutan. Really happy to integrate that in the jerseys, and I think they came out really nice.
For those who keep the lights on.
This is beautiful, man. I love it up here. The whole organization has always been great, and you forget how good it is until you come back, and then it's just good.
Welcome back into the top of the 5th inning here at Delta Dental Park. I am joined on the broadcast not only by Mike Antonellis, but also by former big leaguer and former Sea Dog MVP of the Championship Series in 2006, Brandon Moss. Brandon, welcome into the broadcast and welcome back to Portland.
Thank you. Thank you.
DJ Gladney leads off the inning against Caleb Bolden, who came out in relief of Blake Wehunt back in the 4th. Brendan, what was your first reaction just being here, seeing these replica championship rings all around and feeling celebrated 20 years later from that championship series?
Honestly, just being around the guys and seeing Klausie and these guys, like I remember when we were playing here, and back then, Klausie was the kind of manager that the number one thing he wanted you to make of importance was winning. He wanted you to have a good year, he wanted you to develop, but his important thing was developing a winning ball player, and he would always tell us, like, guys, no matter where you are, whether it's single A, double A, triple A, the big leagues, wherever you are, if you're a winner, they'll always remember you. You'll be celebrated if you're a winner. And I guess when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, okay, that's great, but you're so focused on having a good year and you're so focused on doing well that you don't really pay attention to it. And then here you are 20 years later, and it's just so nostalgic. You walk in and the field looks almost exactly the same. There's a lot of little things that are different, but the whole environment and the atmosphere is the same. The field's beautiful, the weather's great, and it just takes you right back to it. And it's an awesome feeling to be back up here.
Quick out for Bolden. DJ Gladney flew out to center field, 1-0 now to Kobe Morales. Spent a lot of time in both the major leagues and the minor leagues. And I know there's a little bit more pressure on you when you're at the big league level, but what do you think about and remember fondly about your time in the minor leagues and how special it is to come up through a system like the Red Sox system?
Well, that is the most important thing. I was blessed to come up through a system like the Red Sox system. I think as a young man, you think the grass is greener everywhere else than where you are, because that's just the way we are as humans. We just think that we have it harder wherever we are, but after getting some experience in other places and really being able to reflect on it, you get to realize just how special it was to be a part of the Red Sox organization, especially at that time. 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, those were really some golden years of this organization where the whole fan base was entirely bought in. And I mean, just being a part of that and being in that environment at those times, it's just a great feeling. And you said, that the pressure in the big leagues is different than being in the minor leagues, and it is, but honestly, like, it is and it isn't. The pressure to perform in the big leagues is high because you're at the highest level, but down here, it's a grind to get there. You know, you're still trying to achieve that dream. And this place, I remember coming to Portland and me and my dad having a conversation before the first time I came up here, and he was like, hey, you're a call away now. You get to AA, you're a phone call away. Just go and have fun and enjoy it. And you show up in April and the ponds are still frozen and the trees are still dead. And you're like, this is going to be a little bit of a tough environment. And then you get here and then all of a sudden May comes around in June, and it's probably one of the best areas you could possibly play ball in the summer. The fans start showing up. It's lively. It's a great place to play. It's an awesome town. And honestly, like, I probably spent more time here than I spent at any place in any minor league stop that I was at, and it couldn't have been a better place. You know, if you're going to be stuck somewhere for a couple years in the minor leagues, this was the spot to be.
So earlier today, I spoke with Chris Cameron about what that season was like, about you as a player. He described you as unstoppable. Mike, what are some words that you would have used to describe Brandon in 2006, especially the way that he played in the championship?
Clutch. You know, I don't think you worried about if you had any. I mean, I could be wrong, but if you were in a tough stretch, it didn't matter. You know, we always knew if you were 2 for, you were rarely that, but it didn't matter. Like, he would come through, but you played hard. You were a dirt dog type of guy, and you were a good teammate. You know, you really were. And he had this personality that he has was what he was then. Everyone, we loved being around Mossy. That's what we called him. Like, you were, for one of the top players, you also were like a really good guy. I'm not saying that the good players aren't good guys, but you know what I mean? You were like the jokester, but when you got on the field, man, you were business.
It's just so weird to hear that. And not just because, like, when you're down there and when you're 21 and you're 22, you don't think of yourself as a top guy.
Yeah.
You know, especially that year, I had gotten off, in 06, I got off to a horrible start.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible start to the season, to the point to where I was throwing long toss and bullpens thinking I might try to convert to a pitcher. I mean, that's not even a joke. Like, I was like, I'm lost and I'm stuck at this level. But before that season, the Red Sox had told me the things that they wanted me to work on, so I stuck true to that. But, yeah, I mean, you know, I just loved playing the game, and I had an awesome group of teammates.
Yeah.
We came up together. I mean, me. And I know in 05 it was me, Hanley, Pedroia, Murph, Durbin, and Wes, and all those guys, but a lot of those guys were here again in 06.
Right.
And then we had a new group of guys come in that were coming up, like Jacoby and those guys, and some pitchers like Buchholz and people like that. I don't know. Buchholz wasn't here. Craig Hansen may have been here. Can't remember.
Yep. 06,
but 06, it was just a different group. Honestly, it wasn't as talented of a group as we had in 05. 05, we had Lester, we had Papelbon, we had Craig Hansen, Clay Meredith. We had all those guys, and we had a great season, but we got to the playoffs and just couldn't finish off with Akron.
With that, Caleb Bolden just mowing down batters here in the 5th. Fly out to center ends the inning. Sea Dogs trailing by 2. They'll try to pick it back up in the 5th. Brandon Moss isn't going anywhere. You shouldn't go anywhere either. We'll be right back on the Sea Dogs.
Polanco rips it on the ground. Diving stop, Ornelas throws to first. Are you serious? The no-hitter stays alive on a diving play by newly minted second baseman Jonathan Ornelas in shallow right. First pitch. He's swinging. Grounded to short. Lombard fields. Flips to second. Gets one. Throw to first is in time. And the Rail Riders toss a combined no-hitter.
Here's the payoff pitch. Ramirez drills it deep to left center. Nelson on the chase. He looks up. It's gone! Ramirez doesn't realize it yet. It hit the ad wall. He's still running. The ball got away from Renzullo at third. Now the umpires signal home run. It hit off the ad wall in left center fields.
One of the personal touches on the uniform is the gray, making it look like it's the old wool.
The great thing about the Birmingham Black Barons uniforms, very simple in regards to the triangle B and the block lettering for Birmingham across the chest.
This is something that's a little bit more geared towards the players. Having the tribute to Negro League, I think this is going to be a marquee moment for them in their journey.
To be able to honor and salute the legacy and contributions of the Negro League legends is just unbelievable.
For 60 months. Hurry in.
Welcome back into the bottom of the 5th inning here at Delta Dental Park. Sea Dogs trailing 6-4. Bottom of the order, 9-1-2 due up. It's Abram Liendo leading off 0 for 1 today with the ground out to the third baseman. And Cade Smith, moving very quickly as he's done all day, deals a first pitch strike to Liendo. Brandon, something that's new about baseball now is the pitch clock and how quickly some of these guys work through batters. If you were a player, how much would that take getting used to at the time?
I would hate it. The mental part of the game is just so important. And to me, a reset after every pitch, to think through my approach, to think through what he's throwing, what the pitch looked like, what I'm looking for in the count because of the count and the situation. All that was just so important to me. I don't know that I just feel like the pitch clock is a distraction, but it does speed up the game, which needed to happen. But I don't know. I love the cat and mouse of baseball. And so to me, it's just a hard thing to get used to. All of the new rules are just different. It's just a different game. Same game, but different rules. And I guess if you're a player that's coming up in it, you don't know any different. This is what you're used to playing. But if I were a guy that was kind of in the middle, I think that it would have been a hard adjustment.
What's interesting to me about watching a guy like Cade Smith, this is kind of the first time I'm watching a pitcher where it feels like the pitcher is using the pitch clock and those rules as Liendo grounds it to third, glove by Morales. Few bounces, but it makes it to first to beat out the runner. He's using the pitch clock almost in a way to manipulate the batter. Usually it feels like the pitcher feels sped up, like they're not about to get their pitches off in time, but here he's almost taking advantage of the fact that the batter can only call timeout once in an at-bat, and he's just going and going and going and not giving the batter time to think at all.
And where that bothers me that I wish you could see is that's where the cat and mouse game for me would come in, is you would like to see the ability for a coach to be like, okay, the pitcher's getting into a rhythm. He's getting to where he's working fast, and we're not really getting a lot of time as a hitter. Let's step out every pitch and let's take a sign. Let's use some of that pitch clock sign to get him out of his rhythm, but that's not allowed anymore. And so it's just it's just one of those things you get used to. But I think that the pitch clock is a pitcher's advantage because most pitchers like to work fast.
Okay.
Hitters like to think through the at bat, but at the same time, I think where it's the disadvantage to the pitcher is the recovery time between pitches. I think it wears them out faster because they have to work so fast. So it's kind of a dual thing. But I'm not a fan of it, if I'm being honest.
Well, on the other hand, there's also the disengagement rules. A pitcher can't just keep throwing back over to first. Once you have one disengagement, after that, you can throw over, but if you don't pick off the runner, then that runner gets to advance.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And which has helped with guys getting stolen bases, and the bigger bases help with stolen bases. And I guess they've helped with the...
Gets away from first baseman Torres on a routine 6-3 ground out. It looked like, but Arias now safe on first.
So you know what the issue is here? The first ground ball of the inning, the reason they bounced it to first is because of the sun. So they're bouncing the throws on purpose. And I guarantee you, whoever's at first did not see that baseball.
Yeah.
The first play of that inning, he like 3-hopped that.
You can see the sun reflecting his sunglasses.
Yeah.
It's so just right in his face.
That's been happening for years here. They'll throw the balls low on purpose.
Oh yeah, look at the way. This is the kind of insight I would not know without you guys on the broadcast.
Because that first ground ball looked really weird, but it's all on purpose because of the sun. He can see the first baseman, can't even see the pitcher. This is just from doing it here too many times.
Yeah. Even if I lean out a couple inches.
Yeah, it's rough.
That sun is blinding as it sets over the left side of the ballpark. Nearly the entire field, too, is in shade at this point. Just the deep right field corner and pretty much first base. Are in the sunlight.
And you guys used to talk about the stands, right? Murph told me this once. David Murph.
Reflection off the stands.
Yeah, because they're low, right?
A glare, Yep. And there used to be no batter's eye back there, so when the trees hadn't filled in, it would be tough to pick up a guy. It's just, there's all kinds of things to deal with, but that's just...
Franklin Arias just steals a base completely unchallenged. The jump he got on that was unbelievable.
Well, I don't know why Smith didn't step off, or did anyone yell going?
Clearly communication issues on that.
He stayed in the set while he was running. He just had to step off, right?
Yeah. I mean, and then right there, he's looking at his hat like he's looking at a like a scouting report, or maybe he's looking at his pitch comm not working, whatever it is, and then the catcher throws it back and it hits him in the chest. That's just a cluster of an inning.
Brings up Romy Gonzalez, who had a 2-run homer in his last at-bat. He has a full count.
Well, you can tell Romy's a big leaguer, right? He just looks bigger than...
Yeah, he's a man.
Yeah.
He smashed a ball over the green monster to put the Sea Dogs back within 2. Something you love about minor league baseball, you could see a guy hit his first AA home run, that grand slam to center field by the Somerset guy, and then you see Romy Gonzalez, big leaguer, just trying to make his way back from an injury as he takes a walk here to get back on base, runners on first and second. That's the beauty of the minor leagues.
Yeah, it is.
We had David Ortiz play here. That was just ridiculous when he was here.
That right there, that's a draw.
Yeah,
right
it was.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that
if
was.
You want to sell some tickets?
That sold a lot of tickets.
I would imagine.
So I want to go back to doing a little bit more reminiscing on 2006 for a second. Brandon, you were the MVP of that championship series. You threw a runner out at home plate in 1 inning in the 9th and then hit a walk-off in the 10th in one of those games. What's the feeling in those moments when you're able to come through for your team with so much on the line?
It feels awesome. You want those moments. That's the beauty of postseason baseball. Is stats don't matter. No longer are you worried about how you're doing or what your season's going to be like, or if you're going to move up or if you're going to move down.
Valle is on the ground to third, and it's turned a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Do you want to just finish that last thought?
Oh, I was just saying that's the beauty of postseason baseball is now you're playing to win. You're throwing guys out at the plate. You're not worried about if you're going to make an error or not. It's do or die. Same thing at the plate. You're just trying to do whatever the situation calls for instead of always stressing about a hit. Postseason baseball is the purest form of baseball that there is because it's win no matter what. You can go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, but if you hit a sac fly in your 5th at bat and score the winning run, you think you had a great day, whereas in the regular season, that's a terrible day. Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for joining the broadcast. We really appreciate it, having you on here. We'll take a quick break here. Sea Dogs still trail 6-4 on to the top of the...
There goes Harris for the plate. He is stealing home. The throw there is not in time. Dakota Harris breaking for home against Maddox Bruns. And again, throw to the plate, it goes to the backstop. Page coming home with a straight steal of home. Trey Page breaking for the plate. Bruns is frustrated, just fired a ball back towards his dugout.
What's happening? This is unreal.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans, and while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited.
All right, it took a while to wrap that up, so okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm through with my interviews. Emma will be back soon. She's here. Welcome back in for the 6th inning at Delta Dental Park. As Caleb Bolden is back, already ahead in the count, 0-2 against Owen Cobb. Sea Dogs infield slightly shifted to the left. That's the pull side against the righty Cobb, who is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a fly out to center field. Bolden steps off for a second to reset. It's been a lot of people coming into the booth back and forth today to celebrate this 20th anniversary. It's the 0-2, flared off the end of the bat, but foul out of play on the right side. And now back to just myself and Mike Antonellis.
There we go.
It was wonderful having, Todd Klaus, Brandon Moss joined in the broadcast, the O2, two Hall of Famers who were inducted together into the Hall of Fame in 2018. Do you remember the induction ceremony, Mike? That was you here?
2018? Yes.
Or was that Emma?
No, I was here in 2018, yeah. It was great, yeah. He was in this booth. It was fantastic.
Bolden kicks and deals. Called strike 3, outside half. Second strikeout of the day for Owen Cobb, and that's another Hedstrom Electric strikeout. Cancer in kids.
I could do the reads. You want me to do them? I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Just eager to be back in the booth,
No,
I see.
I like not doing any of this stuff.
Well, Emma and I sometimes are not the best about getting all of them in, so.
I won't tell Dennis that. He'll get mad, right?
First pitch, Gabrielson drives it to right field. Sprinting back, Taylor at the wall, makes the grab over his shoulder. 2 up, 2 down.
That was a great read, and he just turned, bolted to the spot. I thought that the ball is flying here.
It's really speeding
Yeah.
out of here. Very similar to the Nate Baez home run earlier that I did not think was going to leave the ballpark. There is some wind going out towards right field, but it's not a lot. The flag is barely waving out in center field. My papers in here aren't flying around the desk. That's usually my indication of how heavy the wind is blowing. As Jackson Castillo takes a first pitch ball on the inside half. Sea Dogs infield this time pulled to the right side against the lefty hitter. Sun continues to set, but first base is out of the sunlight for now.
It is. But this is a beautiful ballpark. I love when you take the windows out. It's like very HD looking, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm struck every day. Part of my job is walking around the warning track delivering papers to clubhouses.
Oh, fun.
And when I just look at the quality of the grass on the field, it's so meticulous. We've got a new pattern in the grass today. It's some crop circles kind of thing. There's a circle going around the mound. There's a circle in the outfield. I love the way that the grounds crew takes care of the field here. They really do it justice.
They do.
3-0, and Bolden finds the zone with a called strike to get back into this count. Force Castillo to work for it with 2 outs. Nobody on base. After a lot of runs put up in the first 3 innings, it's been scoreless through the 4th and the 5th.
Yeah, when I came in, I could tell this is a new field, right? Yeah.
Castillo on the ground towards second. Gonzalez has it off the hop. The play onto first is in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Caleb Bolden. Retires the side in order, and we're on to the bottom of the 6th on the Sea Dogs.
The Bhutanese dragon is a very uniquely designed dragon, and so we did have to make sure that we were staying very true to the dragon that you see behind me. We had to get special permission from the Bhutan Olympic Committee because this is a national flag, so luckily we've been working with the Olympic Committee the whole time, so it was a very easy approval process once we sent the appropriate documentation. The whole creative design was done by the Hudson Valley Renegades. They did an amazing job.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Picked up right where he left off last year. First pitch with a runner breaking, popped into shallow right center. Bradfield on the run along with Fabian, a diving play for the out. And with Jones running, he will easily be doubled up at first base. Just a matter of whether Fabian or Bradfield could make the play. Fabian did. Couldn't tell if Holiday put a little deke on Jones there. He went in head first on the dive. I don't think he had any idea.
That one? That's fine.
Welcome back into the bottom of the 6th inning. Not only is Mike Antonellis still here with me, but Emma Tiedemann has made her triumphant return from New York City, where she was honored with a Gracie Award today, an award for women in media. Emma was honored for her work on the Red Sox all-women broadcast last season. Welcome back, Emma.
Hey, Perry, you've been doing a fantastic job holding the fort down. I was listening on good old 95.9 on the way back from the Jetport.
Came in from Newark Airport and survived without delays. That in itself is a feat.
Let me tell you, New York City is bumping right now.
Rosario drills it to short, but right to Owen Cobb, who makes the grab. That one 108 off the bat, robs him of a hit.
Sea Dogs are just crushing baseballs. Mike, I don't know if that's the same in Worcester, but I feel like we're consistently seeing 105 to 112 right now with just about a good chunk of the lineup.
Yeah, I talked to Nick Sogard, I think maybe the 3rd week of May, and he told me it still wasn't warm out yet. And when it warms up, it will be better. So I guess it's warmed up.
Yeah, what is it? It's about 70 degrees right now?
I thought the at-bats that they had would lead to why they're hitting better, but he said it's the weather.
Turner turns on it, but it's foul on the right side. He's down 0-2. Abram Leendo said the same thing earlier this season when he was starting to pick it up on the offensive end, and I asked him, what's the difference, hoping for some big and insightful answer. He said, it's not cold anymore.
Right.
My hands don't hurt when I'm trying to swing the bat. The 0-2 inside, and Will Turner's not going to bite at that, a guy who leads all of AA baseball in walks, 47 of them.
We get some really warm days in Mass. Like from when I grew up there, it was not the way. Now it's crazy.
Well, we had our warmest day of the year last week in Reading. It was about, I think, 92 degrees was the high, but about 60 to 65% humidity.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
We had 75% the other day, humidity.
Oof. It's just, I mean, I guess the players are getting a taste of literally any weather condition at any time because if you're Portland, you started the season with snow opening day again for the 3rd straight year, and then you get Reading where it's just sweltering furnace-like temperatures.
The payoff to Turner, ball 4 inside. 48th walk of the season for the center fielder. He just keeps doing it.
I like snow opening day.
Snow opening day, yeah.
That's great.
Well, now that you're in the booth, and I know it's not 2006, but I think I've alluded to this with Perry on the air. But can you talk about the series with Hartford with the snow, where Hartford rarely even left their hotel, had to cancel the whole series because of snow? Do you remember that?
What year was that? Oof. I know I'm getting old.
I mean, I wasn't even here for that. It just lives in infamy of Jeff Dooley of Hartford and.
Yeah, I think that was. What was some year?
It was at some point.
We had that happen like 3 times.
Blaze skies it towards the shallow infield. Can't quite make it to the outfield. Second baseman McGinnis over on it makes the grab.
Like I remember doing the Meet the Players thing, and we're getting 2 feet of snow as we're doing this, and the way we were was like, well, we'll see about tomorrow. You know how we don't want to tell anybody.
No,
we're not playing.
There's always a window. And you have to wait until the day of.
Oh yeah,
because the
even in the big leagues they have that window joke.
Well, I was shocked on opening day with the snow coming down that we started that game on time with no snow on the field and no snow in the air. It's like the weather knew we just needed to get that game in.
The baseball gods are kind to us up here in Portland, I'd say, unless there's 2 feet of snow.
Smith can't catch the outside half of the plate. The count moves to 1-1.
I've retired my tarp gloves though, so
you have?
I don't do that anymore, of course.
Perry's had some. Okay, we haven't. No, I'm not even going to say it, but the tarp's been relocated.
We did
a lot of tarping the very first week I was here. And it was like 4 or 5 times that week, and I was thinking that it was going to be an everyday situation. And it's, as you said, knock on wood, how we have not had a lot of rain incidents on game days. Runner goes, the throw to second, goes into the outfield. Turner sprinting to third. The throw to third now is not in time as Turner's in there safely with the head first dive. And we'll see if Alcantara can make the most of this at-bat. It's a 2-2 count with 2 outs. But now a run to bring the Sea Dogs within 1 would be 90 feet away.
Yeah, the McGinnis stayed on the bag at second, and didn't come off. That's why the throw into center, but that throw was really good to third. But run, right, with the new rules?
The 2-2 off the end of his bat, barely stays alive with a piece of it, and the count will stay the same.
Well, congrats, Emma, on your award.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm excited to go down to Worcester next week. Perry will hit the road in Hartford.
Yes,
her first
I
road
will.
trip.
My first road trip. Very excited.
You'll love it. You've been there? Oh, you have not been to Hartford?
I have been to Hartford because when I was a broadcaster in the Cape Cod Baseball League in 2023, we played a special game there. And I broadcasted a game. It was the first minor league baseball game, baseball stadium I called the game in, as Alcantara swings and misses. Fourth strike 3 to strand a runner on third and bring us to the bottom of the 7th on the Sea Dogs, or top of the 7th on the Sea Dogs.
That one is gone. Asen Morabel leaves the yard. This one's along the ground. That'll get through Murph Gray. That'll score 2 runs. Cracked into center field. Runner trying to go for third, and he is in safely. Morabel is hit for the cycle. A solo shot in the first, double in the 6th, triple in the 7th, single in the 9th.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Dealers.
Our friends at Northeast Credit Union are celebrating Kind Kids. NECU is seeking nominations from kids age 17 and younger who consistently demonstrate compassion and kindness towards others. For complete details or to make a nomination, visit thelyc.com/nicecatch. Top of the 7th, Garrett Martin leads off against Bolden. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Caleb Bolden has done really well since he's come in. Retired the last out immediately when he came in relief of Wee Hunt in the 4th. Since then has not allowed a run. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Martin is 1 for 2 today, but he has reached 3 times because he reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. The 1-1. Outside half of the zone. Called strike, 93 miles an hour with the 2-seamer. Just myself and Emma now back in the booth, I should say. After a barrage of guests today, it is back to the originals of the season as Bolden deals a called strike. Middle of the zone with the slider. And that is out number 1 in the inning.
Bolden had earned some high praise from former teammate Alex Benelis last week in Reading. Benelis is known for his power, and the former Sea Dog, I caught up with him, and he said Bolden has one of the nastiest changeups he's ever faced.
First pitch to Nick Torres. Jammed foul over the right side and out of play. And as we've seen from Bolden this year, he threw a couple of innings in the Sea Dogs combined no-hitter earlier in this year. When he's on, he is really difficult to see.
Yeah, and even if that low 90s fastball, too, that changeup, slider, fastball tunnel really well together.
This is outside for ball 1 there. Sea Dogs infield playing straight up against Torres, who's a right-hander. Bolden fires. Torres chops it just foul on the third base side. Defensive coach Uziel Viloria coaching at third base. He tried to barehand that ball but couldn't come up with it. Counts 1-2. Torres has his time. He's outside the box right now. Now steps back into reset.
We're talking about Bolden, but Patrick Halligan, the right-hander, is currently warming up in the Sea Dogs bullpen.
The 1-2. Off the end of his bat, foul again, right side. The count will stay the same. Heading right over to where a raccoon was actually posted up earlier, Emma, before you arrived. I don't know if you heard, but during pregame, there was a raccoon who was making a home underneath a speaker in a pole by the right field area of seating, the 1-2. Barely got a piece of it to stay alive in the at-bat, but it seems like the raccoon has gone elsewhere.
I think he's been relocated.
Peacefully.
There's
Gently.
plenty of other real estate for him to go to around these parts. But it was nice of our friends, the Rocket City Trash Pandas, to stop by. You usually don't see an Eastern League and Southern League crossover like that.
Ball 2 bounced outside.
And I never knew raccoons were called trash pandas until Rocket City came out with their whole identity. So I wouldn't even know to call a raccoon a trash panda.
Bolden misses outside, and the count runs full. Well, I do have a soft spot in my heart for raccoons because when I was growing up, I had a raccoon stuffed animal that I slept with every night.
Okay, I'm glad that went that way instead of the other way I was imagining.
It was a raccoon called Raccoony. Okay. Really creative names. I had Raccoony and I had Froggy. As there's a called strike 3 from Caleb Bolden, paints the outside half with a 94-mile-an-hour sinker for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back called strikeouts for Caleb Bolden.
The way you were going with that, I was worried you were going to say, well, back when I was a kid, I had a raccoon.
Oh, yeah. In my New York City apartment, I had a raccoon that
slept
under my bed.
I don't know what y'all do down there, but...
That one chopped up the middle. Gonzalez is there. And the play to first is in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the second inning in a row for Caleb Bolden. Sea Dogs trying to bite into this 2-run lead for Somerset in the bottom of the 7th on the Sea Dogs.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
We're repping the Birmingham Black Barons today, and it's really awesome. The uniforms look really cool.
It's awesome. I like the look. The band kind of pops. So yeah, I like the whole get up. It's a good attire.
We got the Birmingham across the chest. We got the Birmingham Black Barons on the side too, which is super cool. Just the history of all of it. I think the hats are pretty sweet too. You got the 3 Bs.
This is remembering the people that came before us and what they did for this game and how they improved it.
Davlin swings, hammered in the air, no doubt shot for Chuck.
That was pretty at 417.
We'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors.
Celebrate America's 250th birthday with KM, a New England favorite, and the hot dogs you choose for when it matters most. Enjoy KM at your nearest concession stand or find them at your local grocer. KM, the official hot dog and sausage partner of your Portland Sea Dogs. Bottom of the 7th here at Delta Dental Park, and if you are listening and you are a loyal Sea Dogs Rewards app follower, the word of the day today is ring, R-I-N-G, in honor of the championship replica rings that have been distributed to the first 1,000 fans here celebrating the 20th anniversary, the 2006 championship. First pitch to Nelly Taylor, runs inside and gets away from the catcher behind the plate. New pitcher into the game. It's Trent Sellers for Somerset.
I think Nelly Taylor has a fan club.
I want to know what's going on over there because Taylor crushes it center field. And it's caught at the warning track. His fan base crushed about that one. Nelly keeps crushing balls to center field. Anywhere else, look at this group of guys. They are obsessed with Nelly Taylor.
I think if that left, we might have had a tarp soft situation.
We might have. I think that might be that seems what they're gathered there for. They're just waiting for their moment.
I hope Glenn Stevanich is ready for his moment too.
Abram Leendo takes ball one outside. A loud out for Nelly Taylor to center field.
I like the enthusiasm, though. They're kind of like the Scottish fans at Fenway the other night.
It's just for Nelly Taylor, though. It's the 1-0 catch at the top of the zone to even up the count at 1-1. Now they're getting loud a little bit for Abram Leendo. Maybe sensed or someone told them they're getting some attention, or maybe someone's over there taking a video of them, and that's what they're getting loud for. The 1-1. Flared foul right side, out of play, strike two. The last time Abram Leendo was on this field was 2 weeks ago when he had an absolute breakout series, 13 RBI in 1 week for Leendo that week. This fan section continues to go wild.
I don't see any kilts, so I don't think it's Scottish fans, but
Are you sure there's not a World Cup game being played at Fitzy tomorrow, Emma?
I don't know. Maybe it's Hearts fans that want to check out a baseball game. I don't know. It's great. They just need a home run, and then it's over.
Staked their claim on that outside bleacher overlooking the Sea Dogs bullpen. The 2-2 upstairs, and Leendo has a full count. He's been displaying a lot more patience at the plate recently as well. Had 5 walks last week. The payoff. Called strike three, outside half. Nothing you can do about that. A sinker that perfectly fit the low and outside corner. 2 gone quickly for Trent Sellers. We're back to the top of the order with Franklin Arias. Ball one misses outside. It seems like for Somerset, the plan was always to have Trent Sellers come in after Cade Smith, because in their game notes today, both were listed as starters. The 1-0 misses high, and it's 2 balls, no strikes for Arias. In the arsenal of Trent Sellers, a 4-seam fastball, a sweeper, a changeup, and a curveball. Made 22 starts for Somerset last year, has been a staple in the rotation this season. The 2-0 into the zone, inside half with the changeup for strike one.
You mentioned Sellers piggybacking off of Smith, and you look at Somerset's pitching kind of rotation, they have more than 5 starters, which is why I think we'll be seeing quite a few piggyback situations. Or maybe this is the time of season that we see guys permanently move to the bullpen and some final decisions are made of what type of roles guys are in. But they are not short on starting pitching, that is for sure.
The 3-1. Big cut and miss. Arias goes after one way above the zone. Would have been ball 4 instead. Back-to-back count for Trent Sellers. Sat down Leendo looking on the last one. The payoff. High sky fly ball. Right field in play for DJ Gladney. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sellers out of the bullpen. Somerset takes their 6-4 lead on to the top of the 8th on the Sea Dogs Radio Network.
Learn more about Celebrity Cruises' latest offers.
That one is gone. Jason Morabel leaves the yard. This one's along the ground. That'll get through Murph Gray. That'll score 2 runs. Cracked into center field. Runner trying to go for third, and he is in safely. Morabel is hit for the cycle. A solo shot in the first, double in the 6th, triple in the 7th, single in the 9th.
Maybe we won't finish this inning.
Slowly hit, it's caught on the bare hand. Otañez throws behind the runner for the double play. Whoa! I think he almost surprised himself.
There goes Harris for the plate. He is stealing home. The throw there is not in time. Dakota Harris breaking for home against Maddox Bruns. And again,
you really do work harder for your business.
Pitching change is brought to you by Royal River Heat Pumps. Pitching out to the Sea Dogs from the
Top of the 8th inning, right-hander Patrick Halligan into the game in relief of Caleb Bolden. Final line for Caleb Bolden tonight. 3 1/3 inning pitched. Gave up just 1 hit, 5 strikeouts in those 3 1/3 innings. I don't think I even realized how great of a night Caleb Bolden had until this moment. He was nearly perfect. Just that 1 hit to go against his record. First pitch to Kobe Morales is a strike at the top of the zone as the wave goes around the stadium. Halligan is a former Eastern League Pitcher of the Week a few weeks ago. The 0-1 tying away for ball 1. But for Halligan, it's not, you know, what we know he's capable of. It's if he can throw what he's capable of on any given day. The 1-1. On the ground to second, gloved by Stanley Tucker, a sub into the game for Romy Gonzalez as the rehabbing major leaguer takes a seat. Excellent day for Gonzalez. Had a 2-run shot over the Green Monster. That's got to make you feel pretty good about where your progress is at, Emma.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you're facing Double-A pitching, but just I think to be able to check the box that you were able to go X amount of innings, made really great defensive plays, rehabbing off that shoulder. So a lot of positives to take away.
First pitch, strike, fouled off by Miguel Palma. 1 for 3 today, a single back in the first, but was stranded on base. But how about Stanley Tucker? He was pulled up from Single-A Salem over the weekend, came in as a pinch runner on Saturday, hit his first Double-A home run on Sunday, and now makes that excellent diving play at second, like he's been in the game the whole time. The 0-1. Palma to third, Liendo gloves it, and makes the play to Rosario in the air. That's 2 gone.
Second baseman number 6.
Halligan keeping these balls up in the zone, drawing that ground ball contact. As that brings up Connor McGinnis, the reason that Somerset is in the lead. Hit a grand slam back in the third. First pitch. Top of the zone, curveball dropped in there for a strike. First pitch strikes in all 3 batters faced for Halligan in this inning. Infield pulled over to the right against the lefty, who takes another not called strike. That one was a ball, just missed a baseball length above the zone. Halligan fires. Inside, ball 2. McGinnis was drafted in 2025 by the Yankees in the 10th round out of Houston. This season, He's played 19 games in Hudson Valley, now 21 games up here in Portland. The 2-1, high fly ball, deep left field. Blaze at the wall makes the grab on the warning track. And that's the third out of the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Patrick Halligan in the bullpen, and the Sea Dogs take the 6-4 deficit to the bottom of the 8th on the Sea Dogs.
First pitch. Ramos lifts it to left field. Going back on Tunes, the left fielder. He has it, and the Rubber Ducks do as well. A combined no-hitter.
The 3-2. Swinging a fly ball out in center. Celestino heading back, still back. It's over his head, and it takes a big bounce away from him. It's moving on the warning track. Bowen is approaching third. Miguel Del Castillo is waving him in. Bowen is going for the home run. Here he comes. He slides, and he's safe. Inside the park, home run.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the
.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 6-4, Somerset leads. No one has scored since the 3rd inning. Portland has 2 home runs in the game, a solo shot by Baez in the first, a 2-run blast by Romy Gonzalez in the 3rd, while Somerset is mostly in the lead thanks to the grand slam from Connor McGinnis, his first Double-A home run. As here's Stanley Tucker's first at-bat of the day. He takes a called strike on the outside half, subbing in for Gonzalez at second base. Trent Sellers back out for a second inning of work in relief of the starter, Cade Smith. The 0-1 pulls it wide, and the count evens up. Sellers shakes one off. The 1-1. Tucker got fooled by the changeup. Whiffs for strike 2. Stanley Tucker missed all of 2025 with a wrist injury, but afterwards played in the Arizona Fall League. He was a fall all-star, aka a fall star in Arizona. The 1-2 off the end of his bat. He barely stays alive with the foul ball. And it's picked up right where he left off. He started the year in Greenville, had a hard time, was batting under 100, was sent down to Salem. And in the bulk of the season that he spent in Salem was batting over 300. So when the Sea Dogs needed some versatility, some speed to fill positions left empty by players like Tyler McDonough and Max Ferguson, they turned to Tucker, who grounds it towards short, slowly picked up by Cobb, but it gets under his glove, and Tucker is safe. Thought about turning to second, but he actually ran into first base umpire Kaz Cousins. Maybe not the worst thing ever, because Castillo got to that ball out in right field, and I do think would have beat Tucker to the bag. But Tucker is very fast, so you never know. That one, a pure error, though, from Owen Cobb.
Yeah, he was right there. It almost looked like he took his eyes off of it. Maybe he was just a half step ahead of what he was going to do, the throw over to first, and ball snuck through, tying run at the plate.
And a guy that's hit a home run today, Baez, takes a strike high in the zone.
We've got a situation, Perry.
Tarps off here at the Sea Dogs game for the first time this season. Pick off towards first. Tucker dives back in safely. This fan section we've been discussing has Dogs now actually reclothing themselves. They seem to have lost their momentum. It took them about 15 seconds. Here's the 0-1. Baez puts it foul right side for strike 2.
Slugger's over there. I'm wondering if Slugger's going to go tarps off.
I wonder if Slugger is egging them on. Or who told them, maybe. It seems like someone might have just killed their vibes over there, but I'm not seeing anyone who would have told them to sit down and put their clothes back on.
It's a phrase that you probably never expected to ever say at a baseball game.
No, not particularly. The 0-2. Misses outside. Gets away from the catcher. Tucker makes it to second. He was already going. But Palma gets to the ball in time to prevent Tucker from stealing a second bag.
Palma did have a little bit of a lucky bounce with the backstop, or else that could have been, for Tucker's speed, easily he could have advanced to third, but luckily for Palma and Somerset, bounced right back to him, held him to second.
Sea Dogs down by 2. A runner on second base. Nate Baez is at the plate on a 1-2 count, no outs. The pitch. Late swing and miss, high and inside, strike 3. And that's one gone in the inning. Brings up Ronald Rosario, 0 for 3 today. Though he did have a line out to short that was 108 off the bat. Put the full barrel to it, but hit it right to Owen Cobb. Rosario's got a new walk-up song going today. It's a Brazilian, I don't know the genre, reggaeton maybe. Foul ball towards the left of us at a play. Strike 1. Wind picking up a little bit, blowing out towards right field. Lights are on. It's twilight here. The 0-1. Tucker goes, and it gets away from Palma again. It was a ball outside, and it bounced out of his glove. Tucker's second stolen base of this at-bat. And he's on third. Tying run at the plate in Nate Baez. But even cutting this deficit by 1 would be massive. Baez just needs to put this ball, or not Baez, Rosario, excuse me, swings away. The count moves to 1-2. Sellers working from the stretch, picks up the bag of either chalk or rosin, whatever that may be, tosses it back down, some renewed grip on the ball. Tucker has his lead. The 1-2. Rosario drills it to left field on a line. It's caught. Tucker tags up. He's heading for home. The throw will not beat him. And it's a productive at-bat for Ronald Rosario. A sac fly, and it's 6-5. 2 outs, bases empty. Will Turner up with the Sea Dogs down by 1.
We saw a lot of sacrifice hits last week in Reading, too, which seemed like Sea Dogs were able to do just enough to get that run across.
First pitch, Turner takes inside ball 1. He's already walked once today, had been tied for the AA lead in walks entering the day. Potentially now sits alone at the top. Swings through there for strike 1. Will Turner, the center fielder from Alabama, played at South Alabama. The 1-1 misses low, and he moves ahead in the count. He does have 2 home runs against Somerset this season. A home run here would tie the ball game. They were his first 2 home runs of the season, the 2-1. Into the zone with the changeup to even up the count at 2-2 with 2 outs, bases empty. Turner's no stranger to a 2-strike count. Doesn't change his approach. But there he takes a called strike at the bottom of the zone. A gorgeous changeup from Sellers. And that ends the inning, but Portland gets one back. Their first run since the third. It's 6-5, heading to the top of the ninth on the season.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
So we got a little throwback uni on, gray socks, you feel me? So it's like we're going back in time. So I feel the presence of Jackie Robinson, you know what I'm saying? All those great guys. So yeah, we're gonna play like them too.
This logo, kind of having this logo here, Triple B.
For those who keep the lights on.
Top of the ninth inning, the Sea Dogs have retired 9 straight Patriots, but they still trail by 1 at 6-5. Here's Halligan, first pitch to Cobb, misses high. For ball 1, 8, 9, and 1 due up for Somerset. Looking for some insurance runs. They haven't scored since putting up 5 in the third to take what was then a 6-2 lead. Cobb shows bunt, pulls back as the ball is inside. And it's 2-0. Liendo kept on his toes now at third base with the prospect of a bunt. Somerset's shown bunt a couple times today, but hasn't been able to lay one down. Halligan misses high, and it's 3 straight balls to open up the at-bat. The pitch. There's a strike with the fastball to reset in this at-bat, force Cobb to stay on his toes. Halligan working from the windup. The pitch. Another strike. Bounces out of Baez's glove, but still in the zone, and the count runs full. The payoff. Cold strike 3 on the outside half. A beautiful slider crosses the width of the plate, ends up on the high and outside corner. And that is one gone. What a way to bounce back from a 3-0 count.
Sea Dogs looking to take any sort of momentum to that bottom of the ninth. You got Blaise Alcantara and Taylor up. Blaise Alcantara already with hits tonight.
Swinging strike at the first pitch to Cole Gabrielson, 0 for 3 tonight, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Infield playing straight up against the righty, the 0-1. Another swing and a miss, went after the splitter that time. That is Halligan's strikeout pitch. He'll say it himself that it's his best in his arsenal, and when he is locating with that pitch, well, that's the pitch that earned him Eastern League Player of the Week back in May. The 0-2. Way outside, can't draw the swing and a miss. Gabrielson, a guy that the Sea Dogs haven't seen so far this season. Played 33 games in Hudson Valley as the 1-2 is ripped foul into the Sea Dogs dugout. Hope no one was in the way of that. This is just his 11th game with Somerset. But he comes from MLB backgrounds. His grandfather, Len Gabrielson, played 9 MLB seasons for the Braves, the Cubs, as the 1-2 is outside, the Giants, the Dodgers, and the then California Angels. His father, Randy, played college baseball at USC. So did he. He's a third-generation USC baseball player. The 2-2 misses outside, and it's the opposite of last time, from 3-0 to a full count and then a strikeout. Now it's from 0-2 to a full count, and we'll see what happens next. The payoff. Up the middle on the ground. Alcantara slides, gloves, plays, not in time. Gabrielson legs it out by half a step to beat out a highlight reel play from Marvin Alcantara. And on the replay, the runner does beat the throw.
It was so close, though, for Marvin. We talk a lot about Franklin Arias, but Marvin has been just spectacular at shortstop, not only this season, but last season as well. I mean, making those types of plays. And a half step would have gotten him.
Gabrielson bouncing around at first as Halligan deals a first pitch strike to Jackson Castillo at the top of the order. And that breaks up a streak of 12 straight Patriots retired. The 0-1 inside, and the count evens up. Jackson Castillo, 1 for 3 today, has a walk and a single, came around to score back in the third. Halligan delivers. Deep ball, left field, over on it, Blaze makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Gabrielson tagged up and thought about heading to second, but stayed back. And there are 2 outs for Garrett Martin. Somerset leading 6-5, but Portland will have an opportunity to walk it off in the bottom half. First pitch, called strike outside half against Martin. Martin has just 1 hit today, but he's reached 3 times. A walk and a fielder's choice as well. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2, a runner on first and 2 outs. Halligan trying to send the Sea Dogs back to the plate with some momentum. The pitch. Throw down to second. The runner went, and that is well in time. Nate Baez got him. And that ends the inning. There's some momentum to carry to the 9th. And the Sea Dogs will try to walk this off, or at the very least tie the game at 6-5. On to the bottom of the 9th on the Sea Dogs radio.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
The 2-2. Oliva, a little looper out into short left, and it's a diving catch by Levi Jordan. What a play! He just made a spectacular grab for the first out of the inning.
And then back-to-back walks.
Montgomery to left, hit well. Another Knights grand slam. Oh my!
The 2-0. Fisted out to short left center. Lara over into the alleyway, dives, Oh, he's got it! Full extension, and he saves a run.
Guzman kicks and deals, and he got him. A swinging strike three. The Binghamton Rumble Pony. They capture their fourth Eastern League title with an 8-2 win over the Erie Seawolves.
Seppings comes home. Erie swings and lines one towards the left field corner. Adamczewski to his right, dives after this and makes the catch. Man, is he having a night? It is serious. And robs Genf here.
APR for 60 months. Hurry in.
Bottom of the ninth inning, it's do or die for the Portland Sea Dogs. They trail 6-5 in the middle of their order. 6, 7, and 8 due up. It's Blaze, Alcantara, and Taylor at the very least who will step up to bat as the Sea Dogs try to start this series off with a win. While they trail by 4 games in the Eastern League, nothing is impossible. But they pretty much need to sweep this week if they want a chance at winning the first half of the season. Trent Sellers, Miguel Blaze first pitch. Pulls it wide for ball 1. Blaze had a double, came around to score in the second. At the time, put the Sea Dogs up 2-1. The 1-0. Called strike at the top of the zone. Sellers gave up a run on a sac fly in the 8th. That run unearned with Tucker reaching on an error, the 1-1. Bottom of the zone called strike. Stole second, stole third, and came home to score on that sac. Sellers leans in and nods. The 1-2. Up the middle towards short. Cobb doesn't bobble it that time, and Blaze can't beat out the throw. That's one gone.
Shortstop number 52, Marvin Alcantara.
So with one gone, down by 1, and the base is empty, Marvin Alcantara will try to make a dent in this lead. First pitch. Taken up high for ball 1. The 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Infield playing straight up against the shortstop, who's shown an ability to hit to all fields. The 1-1 into the zone, called strike with the changeup. That changeup is fooling a lot of Sea Dogs hitters today. Sellers misses outside as the count evens up at 2-2. The pitch. Foul back towards us.
You've gotten really good at that now, Perry.
Thanks, Emma. I got out of the way. It did come right below us. That one almost made it into the booth again.
Yeah, that almost killed the camera.
I would not have been in its path that time, and that's all I need. The 2-2. Crush towards left field. Alcantara! Tie ball game! He does it again in the bottom of the ninth, and it is 6-all. Home run number 5 for the shortstop out of Venezuela. 1 out, base is empty, tie game. Life is renewed in the ballpark. Taylor swings away for strike one. That is the second time, not only that I have been on the call in the 9th inning, I've been on the call in the 9th inning when Marvin Alcantara ties a game with a home run. Pretty impressive stuff.
We'll just have to keep you on in the 9th inning.
Yeah, you never know, Emma. The 0-1, Nellie Taylor takes inside as it just misses for ball one. No action in the Somerset bullpen, but Sellers is a starter. He can go distance. There's a strike inside, and it's 1-2. The pitch. Taylor can't keep the barrel back, goes across for strike three. And that is 2 gone in the inning. So it's down to the bottom of the order in Abram Liendo to try to extend this inning enough to get back to the top with Franklin Arias, who we know has the clutch gene in late innings. Base is empty, 2 outs, tie game. The pitch. Called strike outside half. Renewed energy from Sellers, 92-mile-an-hour fastball, but it looked like it carried more zip than that. The 0-1. Grounded foul third base side. And it's quickly 0-2 for the third baseman. Now the good news for the Sea Dogs, if the inning was to end here, they'd come back to bat in the 10th at the top of their order with Abram Liendo, the runner on second. So either way here, not a bad spot to be in for the Dogs. The 0-2. Liendo drives it to right field on a line, and it is over the head of DJ Gladney. Liendo rounding first, he's into second with a double, and here comes Franklin Arias.
And I'm going to point out the base running because in these types of situations, we've seen Portland be very aggressive on the base paths. And I think Portland 2 weeks ago might have had Liendo try for third. But Kyle Cicela, acting manager and third base coach, held him at second, like you pointed out, knowing who is coming up. However,
and they intentionally walk Franklin Arias. That is no fun, Emma. No fun at all. Runners on first and second now for Stanley Tucker. I know we all wanted to see Arias get up there and swing the bat with a chance to win the game. But now Stanley Tucker can do the same thing. Just his third game at the AA level. Pressure is on. First pitch. Tucker chops it foul, strike one. Haven't put an IBB in my scorebook for a long time.
Nope, and no surprise at all it would be with Franklin Arias.
Absolutely not. Runner on second and first. The 0-1. Tucker cranks it foul right side. He's down 0-2. He's seeing the ball well, though. He's putting the bat to it. Just has to straighten it out. Sellers taking his time, set up in the middle of the rubber from the stretch, 0-2 with 2 outs. The pitch. Outside, Tucker takes for a ball.
Good take by Tucker, sometimes with an 0-2 count, 2 outs, tension's high, fans on their feet. You can kind of see some desperation swings on that exact pitch. The breaking pitch outside, but good job on Tucker and holding back.
The 1-2. Another one outside, and the count evens up. Tucker displaying a lot of patience. Sellers shakes one off. Under 5 on the pitch clock. Checks that lead runner. The 2-2. Crushed to right field, but it'll stay in play for DJ Gladney. Trailing foul, and it drops fair! Stanley Tucker walks it up! Abram Liendo scores! And it's completely misjudged in right field by DJ Gladney! Sea Dogs win!
He lost it in the lights.
He came in on it. It was over his head. It was further towards the line than he thought. And that's a walk-off. No way else to put it. A ball that could have ended the inning and sent us to extras instead. Stanley Tucker has his moment in the sun. A walk-off in just your 3rd game in Double-A.
Now that's a way to start the series.
How about that? Portland 1-0 on the week. 7-6 is our score. 2 runs in the 9th. Just about does it. And with that, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'll have the post-game show for you on the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by Verizon.